Hey there friends and enemies, JoPa here again, and today I want to give my initial impressions of Helldivers 2 after playing it a ton since launch. And I'm having an absolute blast with this game, but I also understand it might not be for everyone. Now, Helldivers 2 is a third-person shooter that really shines co-op in my personal opinion, rather than as a solo gamer experience. And that's something that if it turns you off, if you want to play the game by yourself, you just might not have as much fun, and the difficulty is really ramped up when you are playing by yourself as well. So that's going to possibly turn people off. There also aren't a lot of cutscenes or anything like that. If you're looking for heavy cinematics, Helldivers 2 is not going to be the game. Where this game is a ton of fun is in the gameplay loop. You launch into a planet that is swarming with either aliens, these bug creatures, or automatons, and either way you are going to have several objectives you're going to have to do, swarms of enemies, and the joy is found when you unlock different weapons, you have different grenades, but really the stratagems. And the stratagems, you can equip up to 4 of them at a time, and they can be attack focused by getting new weapons like a machine gun to walk around with. You can get airstrikes that come down, or they can be more defensive like mines on the ground. You can do turrets for defensive positions, and you can really customize the stratagem experience based on what mission you are taking on at that current time. So mixing and matching those is where I found the most joy, especially in a team, because not only can my friend have 4, but I can have 4 different ones, and you can upgrade them however you see fit. You can add or subtract whichever ones you're looking for to, and these stratagems can be used multiple times while after you launch into a mission, but there is a timer cooldown which you have to be aware of, because you can't just spam the stratagems. And being able to use them in interesting, creative ways has been some of the most fun that I've had in the game, especially when you are trying to either team kill your friends or avoid team killing your friends, because friendly fire in Helldivers 2 is always on. So you have to really think about what you're doing. If you have a lot of revives left and you're coming to an end of the mission, sometimes you can maybe team kill your friend on purpose if you'd like, which I find to be hilarious, and is some of the best moment-to-moment gameplay experiences in the game for me personally, even though I wouldn't recommend, and don't be a troll, I think a lot of people will want to go and team kill just random, but you don't want to ruin other people's experience. I've not had that issue so far, but it's definitely something to avoid. Now, other things that I very much enjoy, the gunplay feels really nice. The game looks gorgeous. It almost feels like a modern version of a Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, with the third-person camera angle. You've got the gear that your character is wearing. You can mix and match some of the gear sets, which also have different properties that'll help you survive in the combat as well. And then another interesting thing is, as you go through the game and you're increasing the difficulty, your character doesn't actually get stronger, which I find to be fascinating. You're still taking the same number of hits before you die, so you still feel like just this common person who is out there fighting these swarms of enemies, and you have to get more creative with your stratagems. You have to have a better strategy with your friends and people you're running with, and that's why I think as a solo experience it doesn't shine as much, because it's easy to get overwhelmed by bugs or these robots attacking you from every which angle, and that's something that might not be for everyone. I also will say that the gameplay loop will probably get repetitive for some people after a period of time. There are a bunch of different missions, but all of them feel roughly similar, and because of that I can see why it might not be something that you want to play for hours and hours by yourself. Whereas with a crew, it felt like every situation had a unique twist that made me laugh far too hard. And that's really, at the end of the day, what I'm looking for in video games, is things that bring you joy. And this is one that really shines in a group with your buddies where you can have an absolute blast. Some other things to keep in mind with Helldivers 2 going forward is that this game is going to have some free content updates, so that way when we are getting new content, you are going to not have to pay a thing. There will be a battle pass. This game is only $40 rather than a $60 or $70 AAA game, so that makes it a bit better for a lot of people as well. And knowing that we're getting additional free content is also a nice bonus. There will be battle passes, which I know turn some people off, but it feels like you can earn a lot of premium currency even in the free battle pass upgrade system, so you're not really having to worry about purchasing that battle pass, in my opinion, as long as you're continuing to play the game. And I don't know if they expire, I haven't heard, but I don't think that those battle passes expire either, which I think is also a good thing. So a lot of very promising things to look forward to with Helldivers 2 in the future. Now, some more of the cons that I think people will talk about but don't really concern me as much. You've got the single player experience being not as much fun, lack of cinematics or any kind of real coherent story. But I think all of that is put to the side when you hear the developers talk about how they're going to progress the game going forward as well. And this is actually not negative, it's positive. They're going to have live, actual human beings monitoring their game consistently and acting almost like dungeon masters to make things more interesting. If something is too easy, they will throw additional hurdles, additional challenges in the way. If something is too hard, they will maybe give us additional resources in order to fight the enemy forward, and I think that is very, very cool. And there's also this larger community aspect where everyone is working towards this goal by completing these missions, and you are liberating planets, and then once you get from one planet you go to the next one, and it just feels very nice to have this large community feel where everyone has a common goal, and that's something you don't often see in video games, and I really enjoy quite a bit. Now, again, this game is not going to be for everyone. You'll see in the gameplay that it is a lot of fun if you are running with a group, if you are having a bit of trouble with people. Keep in mind, I also play it on PS5, which I've had relatively no bugs or issues outside of some matchmaking problems, but I haven't had to worry about that because I've mostly played with friends. But I know on PC there are some issues to keep in mind as well, so I won't really go into depth with those because I haven't played the PC version. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of Helldivers 2 in the comments down below. My name is JoPa. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, it helps me out tremendously. I'm going to have a couple videos in the next couple days for Helldivers 2, including my favorite stratagems to unlock early, including some strategies that are very helpful if you are playing solo, that will make the game a bit easier as well. So let me know what you want to see as well from me with content in this game going forward. My name is JoPa. Have a good one. I'll catch you all later.